This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, at 9, I'd bet it. If you could get a 9 out there, I would bet it. I would bet it at 9, not at 8.5. This is one of the bets that I trade with other traders. This isn't the group that I bet it for, but one of the guys I share with, he bet it for his guys, and they went under 9. They actually laid up to minus 125. So if you got a book that's got 9, I would take a position. I'd take a position. Let me see if I got a 9 out there. 8.5 even. 8.5 even's the best I could do. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. I don't love it that much. I'd rather wait for a better bet. All right, let's get this camera up too, see if it's showing. All right, I should be in. See, the glasses are already on. We're not wasting any fucking time today. I already put the reading glasses on because it's time to get serious. Hold on. All right. So you know one of the groups I work with, let me break it to you this way. I trade right now for 3 different groups that bet baseball and other stuff. Once football comes, it'll be one specialist I have in college football, and I also have an NFL specialist. So we're going to have 2 more bots that I deal with. Right now, I'm dealing with 3 bots that I'm betting for. I also know a bunch of traders that do my same job, but for one of them actually moves for the group I move for, one of the groups. Another guy moves for a different group that I work for, but then they move for other groups as well. So what we do is we set up our own Telegram and we put in the plays as they come in. And that way we see what matches, what's opposite, because sometimes that's what they're doing. So it's been a real good source of information for me. And I'll let you know which is theirs, which is ours. Now that was theirs, that under in the Yankees and Boston. Let me get these glasses on. Let's get serious right away today. We got to get diving right in here. All right. So Boston Yankees is off. Now they bet some NBA. I guess it's Summer League NBA. I'm going to just give you all the plays. Now we will fire on these occasionally. When it's at a time when I know you guys could get the number, because what happens is, like, if they release these earlier and I don't get down enough for those guys, still got to keep trying to get down, just you'll never get the number. I couldn't even, if I can't even fill them, we're not going to get filled on our order. So what I do is I usually just pass. But as more and more bettors start looking at Summer League NBA, then we'll find some opportunities as we did last summer. But early on, I don't want to cheat you guys. I'm not going to sit there and give out these plays as premiums, knowing you're going to get a point worse, a 1.5 worse, 2 points worse, just so that I can add some units to our results. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm just going to share them all with you, and you decide how you want to use them. You could follow them, you could fade them, you can ignore them. Personally, I didn't touch any of these. 502 Sacramento +5 and under 178.5 against the Lakers. Game 504 Golden State Warriors -1.5. Also in that same game, under 182.5 Miami Golden State. And finally 506 San Antonio Spurs at a pick'em. Let me look at what the line is. Actually, I haven't even looked. Okay, see, they're all readily, they're all valuable. You could still get sack 2 at +5.5. You could still go under 178.5. Miami Golden State could still go under 182.5. And you could still take San Antonio at a pick'em. Caesars even has them +1. So obviously, there's 4 NBA plays. Actually, let me look at something. We may be able to get down on these still. That's surprising. That's surprising. Is it just because no one's paying attention? Let me look. Let me look. NBA Summer League. Okay. Wait, that didn't get respect. That didn't get respect. That didn't get respect. That didn't get respect. Only the under in Miami and Golden State got some respect. That's, oh, okay. That's why bet online's at 182.5, 82.5. Yeah, so that's where we are. But here's also what we have to look at. Remember, this isn't the group that I moved for. It's stuff that I share. Now you see they're getting down on Golden State -1, 1.5. I can't be sure they don't have a Miami +4.5 ticket in their pocket. So they could have Miami +4.5 and now looking to hit a middle, and that's why they send out another buy order on Golden State -1.5. Now, if you're the mover that happens just to get the Golden State -1.5 side, you're probably going to think that's the move. But little do you know, they may just be middling this and have no opinion at all. So that's what's good about sharing information, and why I always say you look at the market to confirm. So Golden State, I would immediately eliminate off that card. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. We got possibilities. No. Ace wants to bet. That's all. Forgive me. Spurs. Oh, I like it. Okay. Yeah. I honestly, I think sack and under. Sack and under in Miami Golden State, and San Antonio Spurs in a pick 'em. Yeah, let's 2% those. Let's 2% those and get some action in. That's what we want. We want volume. We want volume, obviously, when you have an edge. So let's just get this NBA out of the way. So it's Sacramento 2. Sacramento 2. We're going to do a 2% play. Get us some action in there at +5.5. So that's 502. Don't worry, we're about to talk accounts and everything very, very soon, and where we are. Trust me on that. Just let me get these out to you guys first. And you're going to understand also why the volume is continuing and why that is not going to change. Because our goal is to win year after year and be up when this dust settles on December 31st. LA Lakers. See, and it looks like we have a lot in action because it's 4 bets, but they're 2% plays. So it's like 4%. So we're betting 2% of the entire bankroll over 4 plays. I just want to make sure we got these in. So I'm sending these out. And I give you my word, right now I sent them, and now I'm going to go bet them. Make sure you guys get them even before me. Let's get some Summer League action. Let's go Summer League. All right, +5, under 78.5, under 82. Okay, we'll make that one 82. And San Antonio. Oh, maybe I should have done the San Antonio on the money line. I see a woman out there, so I'm going to change that up. Don't worry, I'm going to change that up. I'm going to change San Antonio to money line for us so that we all are fair. All right. All right, so let me change that. Got to be fair, got to be fair. Put this to 82 because that's not fair. And this will be money line. I'll even make it -125, even though I just got -120. See, I want to make sure our results reflect each other, and that what I've been able to do is possible for anybody. Let me get this right. Tampa, we got Sacramento and under in Miami Golden State, and we also had the San Antonio on the money line now, not at -1. Here's something else I'm going to give you. You guys ready? We also bet 2 USL, United Soccer League Championship. We are on Tampa Bay -half a goal at +130, 3% play. And we're also on, I know there was one more, am I correct? Pittsburgh -half a goal, and -200. And then I also gave out a soccer play in Norway. That's the over 3 in Rosenborg against odds. Now, I have another soccer I'm going to give you that wasn't readily available, which case I am not going to use as a subscriber play. But here you go. You ready? Argentina, B League. We're betting Deportivo Maipu, M-A-I-P-U. So it's Deportivo, M-A-I-P-U, and Arsenal de Sarandi. We're going over 1.75 at -125. We'll take over 2 at +115 or better. And we'll go over 1.5 also at -160 or better. So you notice they want to go over 1.5 at -160 or better. They want to go over 1.75, -125 or better, but they're willing to also go over 2 at +115 or better. So as you can see, simply betting numbers. And as the odds adjust, the VIG needs to adjust as well so that it's still positive EV. That's key. Now, it's 1:15. We're going to have 15 minutes to go over where we stand and game plan because I want to go through all of these Major League Baseball games today. All right. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even see there the questions. Get them in order. All right. What do I do if I, oh, sorry guys. Let me get these quick and then let's go over results in calisthenics. All right, Ernesto. Ernesto says Don't worry about me being busy, brother. I'm here. My time is yours. That's what you guys are paying for. That's what the steam room is for, because I need to individual attention with each and every one of you. And believe me, we're setting something up. We're trying to set something up where I'll be able to call and we can talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and really dig deep with each individual better. Because again, I know right now we're not running good, but this is for long term. I've made a commitment now to WagerTalk by combining the big moves and shutting them down so that I could just be in one place and put all my focus on the Bet for Ace program. Sure, I'm going to sell packages because there's some guys that just want to bet on the weekend when they're off. Some guys just want to bet football. Some guys just want an opinion. They handicap their own stuff, but they want an opinion one day. So I get it. I let WagerTalk do that and they handle it. Great job. They don't ask me to push big games. They don't ever ask me to do anything, really. They just see what I put in the system. And if there's a package they could create, they create it. But I've never once been told you're on a hot streak upgrade or anything like that. If anything, it's the opposite. Like Ace, I know obviously from your long-term results, you know what the fuck you're doing. But right now, there's some subscribers that are hurting. So let's address that. And that's what I love, because you got to remember, this program is for one reason only, and that is so that you are able to profit if I'm profiting. Meaning I've turned a profit 8 of the last 9 years at WagerTalk, but I know that all my subscribers didn't. That needed to change. Just last year, where we increased starting bankroll by 80%, I know that so many didn't. Except for a handful of steam room guys, I know so many subscribers didn't make that money. That had to end. That had to stop. I didn't want that. Where I make money, as long as I'm winning, I have something to promote. So I'm always going to sell. But the people that are buying don't know how to use the information because no one showed them or taught them. And more importantly, there's no one there for them to ask questions and guide them with this information. That's what this is for. So Ernesto, not to go long, I'm here for you, bro. I'll sit here 3 hours to answer your questions. That's the commitment I'm making to the steam room. That's the difference. Yeah, I do the little bet on Ace every morning. And to be honest with you, that ended with yesterday. Like today, I'm not doing one. We're going to do one tomorrow. Then, continue. But what I mean is, I'm not going to go long like I've been doing. I've been giving them 30, 40 minutes. I said I was going to do that for the first 2 to 4 weeks. And that's it. Just to give them a little taste of the steam room. But going forward, I'm just going to go in there and try to help to answer a few questions and release a premium play so that there is a free play out there that's plus EV that even guys that can't afford to pay for a source of information have access to. But I'm not going to be giving them 4, 5, 6 plays anymore. Obviously, that's not sustainable. That's nothing I was going to continue doing. So I wanted to give a taste, but the steam room's what it's about. This is what I'm doing this for. So let me ask these questions. Let me get to it. He said, I know you've explained the risk of ruin several times, like a broken record. No. This makes sense. I'm just a little confused. If you advise to add whatever profit is made to our bankroll at the start of the new year, wouldn't the 210 we lose our bankroll lose the profit as well? For example, I have 30,000 and we make 5K profit by December 31st. Should I still be operating at a 30K bankroll unless I had more personal? Excellent question. I stopped adding because I got to a point that I'm comfortable with. I want to bet 1,000 to 5,000. I don't need more than that. Because again, when I tried to do more than that, it took a while to get to where I could comfortably bet 1 to 5 and know that I'm getting paid. As you deal with more and more agents, more and more books, you're opening yourself up to the risk of not getting paid. And I still move for these guys, so I'm going to have to pay them. So for me, it's a double whammy. Not only would I have to, do I not get paid by the bookie, but then I have to pay the guys that I'm moving for. So I do not take those chances anymore. As soon as I got to where I deal with just 3 or 4 agents and a couple accounts and I could get down that much, I'm done. So each year I make profit, I stack that. I haven't been stacking it because I've been reinvesting it. I told you I bought some art. I've done precious metals. This year, my goal is real estate. With what we make in 2024, when December 31st rolls around, I'm going to see what we made from the sports betting. And hopefully it's a decent profit. And this year, the goal is to do some income properties to at least get our first house, together. So that to rent out. Now, if you're still in the process of creating wealth, not protecting wealth, see, there's two places you got to determine where you're at in life. Are you in the wealth creation mode or wealth preservation mode? If you're in the wealth creation mode, then you need to add that profit to your bankroll and compound so that you're compounding. Now, remember, you're not increasing your risk of ruin because you've increased your bankroll to increase your bet size. You're still going 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. Now, the reason it appears significant is because we're having a losing streak right now. Like, we're down for 2024. Had we been even or even up a little, then it would make a lot more sense on why you're doing this. But as this year progresses, and I believe we'll be profitable, I'm extremely confident with all the time that's remaining and the amount of bets we're going to place, then you should be betting with a $35,000 bankroll based on not a $30,000 bankroll. And unless we deplete that by 50%, you don't need to adjust your bet size. You're still going 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25, up 35,000, not 30. So you're doing the right thing. The negative, Ernesto, is that right now we're losing. That's where it looks ugly. That's why you're like, wait, am I now risking the profit? You're not going to risk the profit. You're going to reinvest the profit every single year, until you get to a point where you're comfortable with the bet size, or you want to put it into other investments. But I always say, as you're building this business, you definitely want to reinvest in it. Like, let's say this year off your 30,000, let's say we don't have a great year. We only make, after expenses, everything, we make 30%, which again, what 30% in a year is ridiculous. You're getting 5% from banks and they're bragging about it right now. So let's say we have a 30% year on your 30,000, on 35,000, okay? We'll make it just your 30. Easier to do the math, 30%. So you'd make 9,000. You'd make 9,000. In that case, even if I was not wanting to blow up this account, I wanted to do other investments, I would still put some of it. Even if I put 2 of it, then I have the other 7 and put 35 and 35 in other things, or 5 in one thing, 2 in another. But if you're in wealth creation mode, you're going to have to reinvest your profit to compound it. That's how I got from 100 to 500 to 1,000 to 5,000. And believe me, there were times just like this where we're having such a cold streak, and it's like, wait, now I'm lost last year's profit. No, you haven't lost this year's profit. That was already made. That's done. You made that in 2023. Now we're still working on 2024. We're not there yet. It's July. Wait till December 31st rolls around, and then we address it. Remember, you got to treat it like a business. You got to treat it like a company, like a corporation. You don't see Tesla, Google adding their receipts, their balance sheets every single day. They look at them quarterly. They look at them yearly, because they know in the short term, there's going to be nothing but volatility and fluctuation, and that a lot of that's going to be attributed to randomness. So that's why we choose at the beginning of the year the 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25, so we don't run into any problems emotionally or worrying when we're up or down. Because again, let's get into math real quickly. because we got to be down 100 units right now for the year. Okay. But what is 100 to us? Ninety. So we're at 0.25 of that. So at 100 units, if we're minus 100 units, we should only be down 25% of starting bankroll. That's not great. That's nothing to brag about, but that's it. That's what you should be down, 25% of starting bankroll right now. If you followed exactly what I said. We've done that 1,000, probably like 200 times over the last 8 or 9 years, where we've gone up or down 25% in a year. That's the variance. Like, forget it. If you're playing 6-deck blackjack, you're going to do that 1,000 times over the course of a year. That's just the fluctuation. You're going to go up and down 25%, 30% every day, every other day. That's just because of the edge is so small. But that's the volatility of being a trader. That's why, Ernesto, we decide our bet size on January 1st, and we got to try to follow through. Unless you're down 50% of that 30 grand, then we adjust. Otherwise, we follow through. I'm extremely confident in what our end results are going to be because I've done this so many times. This is rinse, repeat over and over and over again. Rinse and repeat over and over again. Because I promise you, for myself, I look at it as one long war. What these are just battles. The only reason I even keep score year by year is so my subscribers could keep score, and I have something to document. Otherwise, for me, it's a one big war, 10-year war, 15-year war, and I want it to be like that for my subscribers, for each of you. Like for you, Ernesto, you're now a 1 year. You're probably a year into your war. You're into a year into your war. You're still going. Trust me, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years into your war, this will make a lot more sense. You have to be willing to do it long term, or else I suggest most do it for fun and for entertainment, because creating wealth takes patience. Believe me, I did it from nothing, So I know the patience it takes. Unfortunately for me, I made all the mistakes along the way, so it took even longer than it should have. I want you to avoid them. I could help you avoid them all, and that's what the steam room's for. That's why even now, as shitty as it seems, it looks like I'm getting killed, getting destroyed. I don't look at social media, but fortunately, so it doesn't affect me day by day, but I'm sure like the scamming, the dude sucks and it's bullshit. He's buried everyone. Dude, I'm down 25% of the starting bankroll. That's it for 2024. We just increased it in 2023 by 80%. And I have 8 years prior to that. Like, I do this for real. And I want to make sure my subscribers profit. But our goals need to be aligned, that we're doing this for the long term. That's why numbers matter. That's why having accounts that you could shop for the best line matters. Because if we were only going to bet today, if we were only going to bet this weekend, then the only thing that matters is winning these bets. Forget getting the best of the number. Forget closing line value. All that shit means nothing if we're only going to bet today and never again. But since we're going to bet again, the only thing that actually does matter is placing those plus EV bets, managing the risk correctly so that we can overcome being down 100 units during a terrible run and be around for when we're up 100 units. That's what's going to happen. You understand that? In a matter of time, this is going to say plus 100 units, and then I'm going to say, good, we're now up 25% on our bankroll for the year, and then it's going to get to 200 units. That's when we've increased it, remember, by 50%, and my goal is always to get to 400 units where I double it. So we're not even 500 out. At 3% plays, I'm 150. I got to be up 150 above 500 to be up that amount. Over between now and December, 150 above 500. We bet 3,000 bets a day, a year, 3,500. I'm going to bet 1,700, 15 to 1,700 more bets between now and the end of the year. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we're going to come out 150 above 500 and do exactly what I hope we're going to do. That's the belief and conviction I have. That's why I do this. I swear to you. That's why I'm still fire, the same amounts, not afraid. I'll show you my accounts. They're not pretty. This ain't pretty to look at. Here's this one. This one I usually don't show you. This one is a one. I usually show you that other one that I usually bet into. That gives me 5 dimes. This one, look, I got killed right down 10 dimes this week with him. And I bet nickels and dimes with him. I know the game. That's going to be part of it. That's going to be part of it. I hate it. I hate it. Like if I was just doing it for myself, it would be easy because I've done it a million times. Like the rinse and I understand the story, how it ends. But it's because I work with, I partner with so many of you guys that it does affect me more because I know some of you just don't have the discipline yet, aren't there yet. And I know so many are probably buried. They lost their bankroll with me over the last month. Dude, that shouldn't happen. If that happened, hate me, yell at me, tell me I suck. Go on social media and write a whole post about me, honestly, and let everyone know how terrible I am. But when at the end of the day, you're going to have to look at yourself. You're going to have to take a hard look at yourself and say, why did I lose my entire bankroll when this man is, I'm showing you the math to it. I bet 0.25. I'm admitting to you I'm down 90 units for the year. I'm not hiding that. But 0.25 of that is less than 25%. Again, nothing to be bragging about. Nothing I'm proud about. In fact, I'm not going to sell any packages when you have results like that. My July is going to suck as far as sales go. But that doesn't matter to me because I'm doing this for the long term. I'm making my money betting and with my partners. And knowing that you guys are actually going to win for real if you follow through. Again, if you started this month, it fucking sucks for you. It's terrible. I get it. It's awful. And you got to be wondering and questioning. But I've tried to explain it as many times as I possibly can, that we are going to lose. Until you're able to overcome that, you're not going to win. And if you keep getting buried every time there's a losing streak, eventually you're going to have to look inward. That's what I did. I told you, I lost bankroll after bankroll after bankroll. Eventually I had to look inward. I get it. Look, I'm looking at it now. Over the last 30 days, if you just signed up the last month, we're down 101 units. That's 25% exactly, 25.25 with a minus 10% ROI. That's not sustainable. Luckily, it's less than 500 bets, which doesn't have statistical significance. From that, mathematically, you shouldn't be able to tell if you're being honest. If you're really a math guy, you can't differentiate whether that's a product of good luck, bad luck, or that's what my capabilities and abilities are. That's just the truth of it. But when you get into this, the last 365, that's where there is statistical significance. That's where we do have 3,000 bets. And again, it's always going to depend on the timing. If you start this day or that day or this day or that day, what we're up or down, because we fire volume. And if I wanted to sell them a ton, I need to lower that. I need to give 5 picks a day at the most, promote the shit out of them. And I could make good 6 figures easily with no headaches. But dude, I would then know deep down that I'd be lucky if 5% of the people with me made any money. I'd be lucky if 5% made any money. So I promise you, I know they are, Ernesto. Dude, our goals have been aligned since day one, my friend. They've been aligned since day one. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not going to disappoint you. I will not disappoint you. I know the volumes looked a lot lately, but understand we have multiple sports, and I just can't let this go because we have tennis, we have soccer, we have Major League Baseball, and we even have WNBA. So that's 4 markets. Only if I'm given 3 plays in each, we're going to have 12 to 15 bets. So I'm telling you, I'm being as selective as possible, but I'm not going to do that Like how we bet got us down 100. How I'm going to bet is how we're going to get up 100. I'm not going to just to save myself from 2 or 3 subscribers going across the street and saying, I don't want to be with Ace. I want to be with another guy. Go with the hot guy. Go with the guy who's hot the last 10 days, the last month. I'm good. Go make all that money. I hope you do. I hope you do well. But again, even over there, you're going to have to look inward. You're going to have to look inward. And the one thing that I sleep comfortable with is knowing that every week I'm going to come in here and face you. Down 10 units, up 10 units. Down 100 units, up 100 units. Not just take your money and hightail it out of here and say, oh, I got them. Now how do I promote and break the next guys in? Keep getting the next guys, the next guys, the next guys, the next guys. No, I want these guys to profit, not the next guys and the next guys and the next guys. But again, you're going to have to follow through with the bet sizing, and I'll take care of the rest. I promise you. I promise you that. I promise you that. Let me see anything else. Exactly. We 100% readjust. Okay, let me see so we don't get too far behind. Okay, what to do if I can't find a whole number spread? For example, on your soccer, you have something like over 3, but I can only find over, hold on, what's that say? Sorry, man, there's a lot of them, and it keeps going. But I can only find half, so over 2.5 or 3.5. Do I just pass on these bets? No, you look for over 2.5. Over 2.5 is better than over 3. It's just what vigor you playing. The same with the money lines. Whether you're doing a 3-way line, a point line, we rarely do 3-ways. If I do a 3-way line where it's team A, team B, or draw, I always list it. I'm always going to write after the play 3-way line, so you know we're betting a 3-way. Otherwise, it's always a point spread bet in soccer, and that means it could be a pick 'em, minus 0.25, minus a half a goal, minus 0.75, minus a whole goal. And again, as I've read off when I gave the Super League play earlier that a lot of us won't have access to, that's why it wasn't a premium, you saw they were willing to go over 1.5, over 1.75, and over 2, as long as the VIG is adjusted so that it's still efficient. Good question. Bill, love the idea of one-on-one calls for subscribers and perhaps live meet and greets here in Vegas. Yeah, I love the meet and greets that WagerTalk does, but I think the one-on-one call is something we need to implement. Just because everyone's bankroll is different, everyone's risk tolerance is different, everyone's life situation is different. So I would like to get that opportunity to speak with people where they have more time and they're not shy to share their stories. And you don't want to type your story. I mean, how are you going to freaking DM me your story? Number one, you don't want to type it out. And number two, I don't want to read it. It's going to take forever. So I would rather speak to people and hear them. All right. So how many bets can you go through as an MLB bettor? So far, I've had at least 600 bets doing my own model cap. And yeah, good for you. Good for you. The more the merrier, man. The more the better. I mean, the amount of bets are infinite with Major League Baseball because of props, because of the amount of games they play, the season's so long. So yeah, as long as you keep finding value, bet, man. Yeah, 600, that's a good thing. That's a good problem. If you said so far I've only found 6, doing my own modeling, I'd say, yeah, it's going to be hard to make money off that because you're going to have to bet size so big in relation to your bankroll. So your risk of ruin is going to be really high. But I like it. All right. What's this say? All right. Can you one last time go over how we supposed to bet a dog and how we bet a favorite? I believe it's minus 110 to win 100 on the favorite and flat bet 100 on the dog. That's correct. So if it's a plus 270 dog, you'd bet if it's a 4% play, that's 1%, right? 0.25. So you'd bet 1% of your bankroll at plus 270. If it was a favorite at minus 270 and it's a 4% play, 0.25, that's 1% of your bankroll, we'd bet to win 100. Everything's based to flat bet 100. On the dog, I flat bet the 100. On the favorite, I lay to win the 100. And you could do that whether you're doing 200, 500, 1,000, $10, $20, $15. The money's relative. The money's relative because we're bet spreading 1x to 5x. That's it. We're going 1x to 5x. So as long as you break that down beforehand and you know what your 1% is, what your 0.75 is, what your 0.50 is, you already have that predetermined. And on the favorite, you're going to lay the vig, include the vig on top of it. On the dog, you're just going to flat bet it. That's it. So one more time, in the results, we add the vig. So when I give out WNBA today, let's say I give out over 178 in whatever, and I give a 3% play. If it loses, I lose 3.3. That's what the tally is in the WagerTalk back end. So the vig is included. On the dog, we just flat bet 3. So I would just lose 3, no vig, obviously. I bet it the exact same way. But remember, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. And what's crazy is I met somebody during the UFC Expo, if I'm not mistaken, that became plus EV. Oh, actually, I had him on the Gambler's Perspective. And he's a proven plus EV, documented MMA bettor. And he said, he's like, I finally started making money. I knew I was plus EV, but I wasn't managing my risk correctly. I finally got it down to where I was betting 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1% of my bankroll. So he was going 1x to 4x, but he found out that exact same breakdown is what allowed him to overcome all the negative variance. And I was like, what a crazy freaking coincidence. What a crazy coincidence that he came to the same. That's the goal. Thanks for addressing this. Yeah, no problem. The game 93, exactly 93. That's where we're at for the year. Sherlock, last year I joined in July. You profited 66 units. Combined with this year, I'm down money over the last 65. You may be, dude. I can't determine when you're going to join up. That's like me. That would be like me saying, kicking my feet up and saying, dude, I'm up 1,000 units. I'm just going to keep promoting what I'm up from 2017. Like, you can't have it both ways, man. Please don't take this the wrong way. But that's the fluctuation. So it's like, okay, let me take out yesterday, or let me take out this last week. Let's pretend you started the week before. Like, I can't determine when someone jumps in. So yeah, if you're over a particular 365, 100% there will be negatives. That's going to happen. It doesn't matter. Even in a big sample size, that's going to happen. That will happen. That's why the sample size grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. Like I said, I do year by year as a way to keep score. That's the only reason. But the truth is, my war started 8 years ago, 9 years ago. If yours just started a year ago, that's something you're going to have to deal with. And a year from now, 2 years from now, it may be different. And you're asking, why should I join another year with the expertise? Maybe you shouldn't. Again, if it's not profitable for you, you probably shouldn't. I don't want anyone to lose money. I don't want anybody to lose money. Like I said, the only thing I can do is release the plays that have produced a profit for me 8 of the last 9 years. I can't determine when someone joins, what bets they're placing, if they're getting the numbers I'm getting, if they're bet sizing the correctly. I can't control that. And I also can't control, again, when someone decides to join, when they jump on. If they jump on at the coldest time or the hottest time, that's something you're going to have to factor in. Now, again, if it's not hasn't been profitable for you, then sure, there's no reason to invest again if it hasn't been for you. Like, I wouldn't be betting if it hasn't been profitable for me. I continue to do this because it's been profitable for me. What is the most profitable sports over the last 5 years? It changes every year. It changes every year, Max. I don't even know what this year's is. That changes because it depends where they're least efficient. You know, like we could lose in NFL or in Major League Baseball last year, we crushed it. This year, that's all we're down. Take out what we're down in baseball and we're up. We're actually down 98 units in baseball. That's everything. It's down with more in baseball than we're out for the year. So we're having a shitty baseball. That's what it is. That's the bottom line. And the baseball season, we've lost 90 units in it. Now, will we get that back between now and October? I hope so, but I can't promise that. But I know when I look at the big sample size of Major League Baseball, I'm up money betting baseball. So again, like I say, Sherlock, you got to make that decision for yourself. What information's worth to you. It's like, I pay for trading subscription. And I know that the guys I work with, this is what they're up since they started. This is what they're up, what they made last year. Now, I jumped on when they started cold, but it's up to me whether now I'm going to redo them another 6 months, because that's what it is. The 6 months was over, and it was on me July 1st what I'm going to do. Because between January 1st and June 30th, I lost money with them. I lost money with their trades. But it's worth it to me because I understand that I'm playing the long game with them. And I trust in their long-term results. But if you don't, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't, honestly. Like, you need to feel confident if you're going to be following any source of information. And if for whatever reason it's not profitable for you or it's costing you money, why waste money? That's how I look at it. I love it too, JB. I love it too. All right, Nate. Yeah, help me understand something. I'm starting with 10K. So 3% bet. I'm always betting 75 given this. I can never bet enough on a favorite to win 100. Am I doing this correctly? I need to stick with only betting 75 on 3% bet. Give me my bankroll. No, yes, Nate. 75, 3%, 10 grand bankroll, $75. If we're betting a dog, you flat bet 75. If we're betting a favorite, you bet to win 75. So you'd bet 75 in that box to win, and it would add the VIG. If it was minus 120, your ticket would look like 90 to win 75. That's what the ticket would look like. So if we lose that 3% bet at minus 120, we're losing $90, not 75. So those results do have the VIG in it. Remember, the results do have the VIG. And here, we could do this like this. Okay? From, I'll go 7171. There we go. From July 1st, 2023 to July 1st, 2024. Here, I can show this to you guys. I want to cover it because it's not fair to others. Actually, you just have to take my word for it. And if anybody wants to bet me that I'm wrong, then I'll give you 10 to 1 on your money, and I'll take a picture and DM it to you. How's that? I better that. I'll give you 100 to 1 on your money. Bet me that I'm lying. I'll give you 100 to 1 on your money. Okay? Since July 1st, 2023 to July 1st, 2024. Okay? With this cold streak, remember, we had the worst June. We lost 100 units in June. Okay? You should be up 82.06 units with about a 1% ROI on 33, almost 3,400 bets. Now, if you're going to nitpick one day here, the next day, that's the volatility and the randomness of a short-term sample if you're adding a day. But I'm showing you 365 days, July 1st to July 1st. And we are plus 82.06 units. After the worst streak I think I've been in, at least in the last 2 or 3 years. So what is 82 units? What's 82 units? Remember, 100 units, we get to 100 units, we've increased starting capital by 25%. So what does that put us at? 20%, 22%, 23%? After the worst, the very worst, about 30 to 60 days, we've still, over the last 365, if you started July 1st to July 1st, you still would have increased your starting capital by over 20%. Now, if that, with the worst run, isn't enough, then I urge you to, yes, not be subscribed with me, to go find the holy grail that's out there that's doing a lot better, and come back and please let us join too. That's all I'm asking. That if you really find someone that's out there that's over 365 days, that's going to keep producing, again, during our worst run. Forget last year, which wasn't even the best of years, and we increased it by 80%. The numbers don't lie, man. I get it. It's been ugly 60 days. There's no way around it. I'm not trying to ignore that. In fact, it's documented in my results. I'm promoting that. But the truth is, July 1st to July 1st, you're up 82 units. That's just the truth. So if you are doing this for an investment and a business, then you know it's got to be long. Like, what business are you going to start out and say, in a year, if I don't make my money, I'm shutting my business down? Most businesses take 3 to 5 years to break even before you're profitable. Just so you understand, most businesses that end up lasting, you're lucky 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years to break even, just to get to that even mark. I'm just keeping it real, dude. I live in the real world. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not 25, 30, 35, just building my wealth. I went through that ringer already. I'm telling you how the real world works. And I promise you, all that nonsense on gambling Twitter and all that bullshit about how much they're winning and all the units they're up and all the parlays that they're cashing is nothing but bullshit. Those are short-term runs. Those are random streaks. That's why this industry makes so much money and people keep selling picks, because we are trained to get emotional. From birth, they teach us. From commercials, from marketing, from all that stuff. Damn, I'm going long. We're going to miss freaking bets. Come here. I got some shit for us. Oh, no, these don't start till... Oh, yeah, let's look at this Minnesota-Houston. Do I have anything on Minnesota-Houston? I do. So let's get in here. All right. Let me get in here. Now I'm going to finish that. We got to keep, this is what matters. I swear to you guys, this is what matters. This is what I want. That's what the steam room's for, so we could go over this stuff. See, July 1st to July 1st. You should still be up over 20%. And you're going to say, wait, Ace, I had to pay you. Yes, that's the overhead. So if you did it, got it for 1,000, you're still up a dime on your 10 dimes. Even with a shitty 365, survived the shittiest 365, paid my subscription, and still have about a dime off your 10 dimes. Like, dude, I can't do better. I'm not going to do better. It's not going to happen. And like, again, as soon as you find someone that does, I'm in. I swear to God, I'm in. All I want to do is win, bro. All I want to do is win with you guys. I love working with you, and that's why I could talk to you guys. Please, thank you, Sherlock, for the question, brother. And this is what we need. Because when we're partners, that's like I told you with Gianni. Dude, me and him could yell at each other, curse at each other. And then 10 minutes later, let's go have a beer. Because we know our goals are aligned. We both want the same thing. All right, we ready? We ready? Houston, Minnesota. Houston, Minnesota. Ooh, we got that over. And okay, we're going to go under. We're going to go under. Under 7.5. 2% play. See, if it was 8, we'd go 3% play. So that's how we're going to be a little more cautious now till we get going in this second half. So it's a 2% play, under 7.5. %, and we're going to go 2% on the under 4. First five, under 4, minus 120. There we're going to go, hold on, Houston, I think we may go 3. Yeah, there we're going to go 3% play, 3% play on under 4. Under 4, 3%. So we got a 2% on the game and a 3% on the first 5. I like it. I like it. All right. We also have a bet on. You ready? Minnesota. We're going to go 3%. Minnesota minus 132, 133. I'll make it 135. Minnesota minus 135. 3% play. I told you we're going to be in action today. Guess where I'm going to the Sphere tomorrow. I'm going to go check out the Sphere tomorrow night. Check out a show at the Sphere. Make sure you check out Instagram, baby. Greek_gambler. I'm sure my girl's going to put stuff out. She better. All right, we're going to take the first 5. Minnesota minus 140. Minus 140. First 5. So we got Minnesota. Right, Minnesota. Oh, they got, my sharpest books got under 25 first 5 for Minnesota. I like that. I like seeing that. Let me see. Give me a sec. All right, we did bet the Minnesota under. Minnesota under. All right, let me get this Minnesota. You guys got the Minnesota bets? Let me make the Minnesota bets. Go 1,000. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Minnesota in this spot. Should have made him a 4% play, now that I think about it. But we're not rushed, we're not crushing. And we got 6% on it fully. I like this Minnesota bet. I like it a lot. All right, we'll leave it at 3. I actually almost want to bet more. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? Sacramento Summer League, the Summer League play, we're going to upgrade it to a 3% play. So we're going to take the plus on Sacramento and bump that up to 3%. And if something comes in stronger, see another group just asked me to bet it for them. So when that happens, we're going to upgrade. That's how we're going to do it. I like it. Where you at, NBA? It's funny, my sharp book won't even take this summer basketball. He's saying, yeah, good luck with that. Sacramento. Okay, now I got a Wimbledon for us. Wimbledon. You ready? Tennis. We're all over the place. Tennis, WTA, tennis. We're going to take Donna Vekic, V-E-C. V-E-K-I-C, V-E-K-I-C, V-E-K-I-C. Donna Vekic over Paula Badosa. They want plus 125. I'll give it 5. Oh, I just got 124. Okay, 120. I'll give it out at 120. Donna Vekic, 120. Vekic minus 1, plus 120. Vekic over Paula Badosa, 3%. Wimbledon, money line, plus 120. You should be able to get better. I'm seeing it right now everywhere. You should get 125. Boom. All right. Okay, let me see. Anything else so we could get back in this? I forget where I was. So if I would left off somewhere, just someone want to remind me. Mac? No, sir. No, sir. That's how you should be thinking. $20 unit isn't small. It's in relation to your bankroll what it is. Here's what I got to tell you, my man. Here's what you need to do, Mac. Trust me on this one. You got to get that to 8. If you need an $8,000 bankroll and your risk of ruin is 20%. If you have a $10,000 bankroll and you're betting $20 units, Mac, that's the smartest thing you could do. Your risk of ruin is 10%. 9 out of 10 times, we're going to double your bankroll together. Only 1 out of 10 times are you going to lose it with the plays that I'm releasing. Yep. You will double it 9 out of 10 times if you have a 10 dime bankroll and going $20 units. But who's going to do it? Most people are going to say, dude, 10 dimes, I'm betting $20 units. The most I'm betting so is 100. Yeah. And that way you're in the game forever. And what's wrong with that? We still increased it starting capital by 80% last year. Just like that, just like that. Yeah, JB. Yeah, JB. I love that stuff too. I love that too. Did they, The tennis won? I'll take it. I'll take it. No, I don't take it as a whip at all, Sherlock. Please, like that's what this room is for. We're all on the same page. I swear to you, and that's what I'm saying. Like if your timing was the worst, it just happened to be that time, and I just didn't do well, then I don't want you to lose money, bro. That's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm saying. The only thing I'm trying to explain is look how when you push the dates out 4 days, 5 days, how things can change. Like just go from July 1st to July 1st. That's what I'm trying to show, that when you deal with a volume, that fluctuation is going to happen. See, we went from showing being down to being up 80 units just over by, instead of doing July 5th, doing July 1st. That's what I'm trying to explain, the difference between short-term thinking and long-term thinking. But again, if it's not what you thought you're signing up for, or you're not, I don't want anybody to not be satisfied. Again, I can't promise you I'm going to win every 365. I would be lying to you. Nobody does that. In fact, who was I talking to the other day that you guys all know, very sharp, one of the sharpest dudes, and he was telling me like, dude, you gotten very lucky. You gotten very lucky. He said over those 9 years, you should have lost at least 3 of them, Ace. At least 3 of them, maybe 4. That's just the math of being being able to win long term. Doing it doesn't mean you're going to win every year, even with having an edge. Like I said, even with in blackjack, where I know over this many hands I should be up, sometimes that's just not the case. Where I do have statistical significance, but I'm still not up. And you're trying to think, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. That's just part of the ride. And it took a while for me to grasp that and swallow and be like, okay, I'm okay with it. But that's why this is so hard, man. That's why so few are ever going to do this and actually make money doing it, because it really is hard and your edge really is small. And that's not to discourage anybody, because the truth is, like, everything I have is from betting sports. I wish it was from pig selling. If I was making the money I made betting sport, pig selling, dude, all you would see is 5% plays. I'm sorry. I have a family to take care of. I have a lot of responsibilities to look after. I got to look after myself. So if the market wants big plays, that's what I'd give them. I wouldn't be the jerk off. The consumer's the jerk off. He's the one asking for it. He's the one buying it, he or she. So I wouldn't be the jerk off doing it. If anything, I'm just providing the demand. So that's what I should be doing. There just isn't that kind of money in it, I don't think. There's more money on my side of the counter, unfortunately. All right, LA Cubs. Do I have anything on that game? I didn't think so. No, we ain't got nothing on that game, so we're good. All right. How many Vegas books do you think are going to 20-cent lines in the NFL? As many as can get away with it, Max. I told you that's what's happening. I said it 5 years ago and people said I'm nuts. I said it on radio. I said it on podcasts. I said it on video, that will happen. That the only thing that's going to differ is they're going to have for high limit. Like if you're betting over a dime, then you'll be able to go to the high limit line and you'll get fair juice. Just like the blackjack. Go to your blackjack tables and see the majority. First, they did it with one deck where they only said, let's test the waters. We'll make single deck blackjack 6-5. That'll eliminate the card counters. Let's see, will the people still play? They still played. So what did they do? They said, let's try it now in double deck. Let's do it in double deck. Well, the high rollers like myself who play high limit, I'm not going to play that game. So unless they're offering it in the high limit pit, I'm not going to their casino. So that's exactly what they did. For the smaller games, the unsuspecting gamblers, the ones they think are dumb money, they put 6 to 5. They said these dummies ain't gonna know the difference between 3 to 2 or 6 to 5. What's the difference between being able to beat the game and making it impossible? That's exactly what they did. And they're trying to do it with sports because they're just realizing that there are groups like the ones I work for that actually do beat them and extract so much of their profit. They want that to end. The easiest way to end that is not to go to war with them, but to make the war not possible for them. No wise guy's going to fight 6 to 5. It's not a fair fight. I'm bringing a knife to your gunfight. I'm done. So all they're going to do is eliminate the wise guys by going to 6 to 5 on anything probably under $100, under $1,000. And then because the high limit line or high limit pit will be 10 cent, you know, the minus 110, minus 110, there's less people to monitor and see who really is the wise guy. See, now they don't really have to pay attention that much to 6 to 5 games because there ain't no card counters playing a 6 to 5 game. They just have to monitor the 3 to 2 games. It makes their job so much easier. Well, the same thing with sports. Why wouldn't they do that? If I'm a bookmaker and I know that I can charge you 6 to 5 instead of 11 to 10, and I'm not going to lose a penny, I'm just going to make more, why wouldn't I do that? That's it. No, no. So Max says, okay, guys, so I'm operating on $100 bankroll to start. I'm used to units. If you say 2%, would that be $2? No, that would be 0.25 of 2%. Okay. So that would be a 0.5%. With $100 bankroll, the correct bet would be 50 cents. See how crazy that sounds? But for you to have a 20% risk of ruin only, which means you are going to lose your bank 2 out of 10 times. You'll go broke 2 out of 10. You'll double it 8 out of 10, but you will lose it 2 out of 10. You have to bet 50-cent units on that, bro. You actually at 25-cent units. So you got to be betting 25 cents on a 1%, 50 cents on a 2%, 75 cents on a 3%, $1 on a 4% play, and $1.25 on a 5%. If you want it with a $100 bankroll, if you want to have a 20% risk of ruin, again, where you will lose your bankroll 2 out of 10 times, you're going to lose it. Know that going in. That's with an edge. That's with a proven mathematical plus EV edge, where you know you are in the driver's seat. You have the edge over the book. You are the sports book at that point. You're still going to lose your bankroll 2 out of 10 times. The only way you can make it where you double it 99 out of 100 times, 99 out of 100, you have to bet 10-cent units, bro. That's it. Your biggest bet has to be that. Your biggest bet has to be 50 cents, not $1.25. If your biggest bet is 50 cents, you'll double that $100 99 out of 100 times. It's going to take a long time to do it, though. It's going to take a long time to do it. And there's going to be some losing in the middle. There's going to be some winning in the middle. You're going to have to overcome that. Now you see why. Thank you, Mac, for asking that. Now you see why 99.5% of anyone that's ever placed a bet is down money lifetime. Down money lifetime. Because who's going to do that? So everyone's risk of ruin is so high. Think about it. Someone with a $100 bankroll, they're probably betting $10 a game, right? Aren't they betting about $10 a game? Their risk of ruin's over 90%. They will lose their bank 9 out of 10 times. And they will only double it 1 out of 10. If they have an edge. If they don't have an edge, then it's 100%. They're going to lose it all. But with an edge, if they're betting $10 units and they only have a $100 bankroll, they're going to lose it 90 out of 100 times. That's math. Again, this isn't my opinion. This is the math. I wish it was just opinion and we could outrun it, overcome it. We can't. That's the math. And no one wants to hear it. And if I go on TikTok and if I go on fucking Twitter X, call it what you will. If I go on Instagram and I talk this, they're going to tell me I'm fucking nuts. Instead, it's going to be the young 25-year-old that's going to say, oh, take your 1,000, bro. Take your 100. Let's make a mill, bro. Let's go. Let's go. That's what they're going to say. To the moon. To the moon. Secure the bag, bro. Secure the bag. Let's go. Get that bag. Yeah, with what? This is what you're going to be getting. That's the kind of bag you're going to be getting. This bag right here. That's the bag that we're going to be getting. I love yous. I love you guys. From the bottom of my heart, you allow me to do something that I enjoy so much. And more importantly, it's not just going to go to waste. Everything I've learned, all the blood, sweat, and tears, the sleepless nights, I get to share them with someone and hope they don't do that. So they don't have to go on it. So they don't have to pray to God, if I hit this bet, have him miss this extra point, and I'll never bet again, God. I will go work and just do volunteer work at a hospital. Yeah, I don't want you to do that. I've been there. I've been there. And that's why I'm telling you now that until you're ready to do this and treat it like a business so that it pays like a business, just do it for entertainment. Have fun with it. And know you're probably going to lose what you're messing with. And that's okay. Because again, you like going to movies, you like playing video games, you like going to strip clubs, you like getting massages, one and the same, right? You like what's it? It's all going to cost you money. Well, if you like betting sports and you do it like a fan, it's going to cost you money. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But just don't go on fucking X and tell me you're an expert, because you're telling these people to bet 2%, 3%, 4% on their bankrolls on a fucking bet, on a play. Like, well, you can't tell me, did that Star Center wake up with a headache today? Can you tell me that? That's why I'm saying there's two different worlds. There's the real world, the sports betting reality that guys like myself live in. And then there's the fantasy sports betting world that guys like myself have to jump into, because that's where everybody's at. And I swear to you, when I jump into that world, I feel like I want to wash myself of it when I see that shit. It's so gross. It's so gross. And I just picture myself that I would have fallen for all this shit back when I started. I would have fallen for all of it. I don't know, Sherlock, we're on the same team, brother. And please, if you come out here, hit me up. I'd love to meet, grab dinner, grab a drink, and talk. I'm on your side, bro. I swear to God. Please, if I get emotional ever, please don't take it like, oh, he's mad at a question or something like that. I swear on my life, bro. I do it because I do care. That's why. And it upset me reading it, not because it's insulting to me or I'm worried about someone. Oh, they're not going to, someone else might see it and not sign up or anything. I swear to God, nothing like that. It's that, fuck, man. Like, I don't want this guy to fucking lose money. Like, I don't want him to fucking have paid for a subscription and then be like, fuck, man, I did this for a whole year, and the only one that made money is Ace. That's why I'm pissed, Sherlock. Not at the fucking question, bro, and not if that's the facts are the facts, dude. The facts are the facts. I don't run from them. I don't hide from them. I show them so that everyone knows what we're signing up for, and that's the only reason. So please. Yeah, I know you don't. You're always a gentleman, bro, and I never take things personally. From this group in here, I'll never take things personally. You could say whatever you want, even get mad at me. Get mad at me when we're losing, dude. You have every fucking right. We've been getting killed, and I'm giving a lot of volume. We've been getting fucking crushed. You could have asked my girl. I wake up today, I was like, fuck, we lost again. Like, this is fucking disgusting. And I even told her this like 2 weeks ago, something fucking wrong. Do I need to fly to fucking Philadelphia and figure some shit out? Like, for you guys. And then I slow down and I zoom out and I'm like, dude, slow down. This has happened so many times over the last fucking 12, 15 years since you've become profitable and actually manage your risk correctly. Slow down. Let things, work themselves out. But then for someone like you who just happened to have the timing go against him, like, bro, I don't want that to happen to you. And I want to hear it. I do. I need to hear it because I need to then adjust some things. I don't want that to fucking happen, dude. We're on the same team. All of us in this room are on the same damn team. We all want the same thing, to make some money betting sports and to use the information that I know with certainty, dude, with no doubt that these are the groups that win. These are the ones that are moving the line. I just got another soccer bet. We won't be able to give this out to subscribers, but here I'm going to look to bet it myself. Go to South America. Go to Argentina. It's the B division. It's the B division. And we're going to bet the over again. It's Güemes against Guillermo Brown. Guillermo Brown. Guillermo Brown. So Guillermo Brown in Argentina. Almirante Brown. Where's Guillermo Brown? Why do they like the Browns in Argentina? What's with the Browns? Anybody know about that? Güemes, 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 Güemes. See, I can't even find it on this book. I got to go to my off-brand book. I can only bet like if I'm lucky, I'll get 250 to nickel on this. Okay, so we're going over 1.5, minus 140 or better. We're going over 1.75 at minus 105 or better, or we'll go over 2 at plus 145 or better. So that's Güemes versus Guillermo Brown, over 1.5, over 1.75, or over 2, depending on the juice. Yeah, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth, Mac? I tell you, my girl shows me some. Twins up 1-0. Let's go, Twins. Let's go, Twins. All right, let's see. Let's go through the rest of the board. Let me see any questions, any pressing. Yeah, Jeff, that's the goal. That's the goal, because I know a lot of people do want to talk about some of the other investments and stuff like that. Speaking of, let's see where BTC's at right now. I told you I bought some alts yesterday, 2 days ago. I bought some alts. I traded out of them I traded out of 2 of them this morning. Okay. Actually, let me look real fast if I'm out of them. All right, my dot sold too. So now I only have four in play, 3 in play actually. I have Uni, SUI, which is what's it called? Shit, what is that? SUI. And what else do I have? I have Uni, SUI, and INJ, which I think is a smart contract, or that one also does that other shit too. That people get all excited about, those NFTs or whatever. Yeah, INJ and SUI, I'm still in. Where are you doing your chart? Okay, no top and tail. You got this 0.69, not bad. Wow, I got down at 0.58. I crushed that one. Okay, sorry. Not enough about me and my stock shit. All right. My man. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to baseball. Now, good. The questions are done. Let's go do a little, what time is it? Oh, wow. Okay, we've been on here an hour and a half. So I'm just going to do a little baseball till get the afternoon stuff going, and then we can move on. Sorry. All right, cool. I thought I crossed out of you guys. Let me stop messing around with this shit and get back to the freaking baseball. Yeah, thank you, Mac. My pleasure, bro. I got to keep it real, dude. I got to keep it real. Always, always, always. Oh, look at Minnesota. Base is juiced. Base is juiced. Fuck, we got the under in that one, though, too. All right. I'm going to do all these afternoons. Let's keep going. See the game. Ace had the Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cryptos I was looking to trade. All right. Tampa, Texas. Tampa, Texas. Let's dig in. Tampa, Texas. I don't have anything here, I don't think. No, nothing. Tampa, Texas. Mets, Pittsburgh. Mets, Pittsburgh. Here we got something here for sure. All right, definitely like the pit side. Let's see something. See this total that we steamed. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys ready? We're going to take game 902 Pittsburgh plus 116 Pittsburgh plus 116. %3 on Pittsburgh plus 116. Let me get that bet in. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh. You guys should be getting it now. Plus 117. And now we're going to go over. We're going to go over first 5, over 5, 3% play on Pittsburgh. Over 5. %, first 5. And then we're also going to go full game, full game. Over 9.5, but for 2%, 2% here. At 9, it would have been a 3%. At 9.5, what's that? Minus 103, minus 104. I'll pick you minus 105. Over. %. All right. See, when the line, even though they're ready to go, we went over the 9 and over 9 and over 9.5. I just limit the bet. I just limit the bet. Max, do you ever see DFS becoming legal in Vegas like DraftKings, Prize Picks, and Underdogs? It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They got a monopoly, man. The casinos have such a monopoly and they pay so much in taxes. It's kind of like the lottery. Lottery's been trying to get in here for so long, even the state, and they can't do it. So yeah, it's going to be really hard, really hard. I'm surprised it hasn't already, which tells you with all the money that's in it that they won't do it is such a telling sign of how much power these lobbyists have for sports betting and casinos here in Vegas. Wow. It's crazy when you think about it, that they can't even get a lottery in here. Yeah, I like Washington, man. That one's jumping out so much Pythagorean. So much. Let me see something. I mean, yeah, St. Louis isn't even going to win that division. See, Washington. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I like Washington. I do. I can't lie. I'm going to keep that on the side where possible. So we'll say 904. Just like we did in NFL. How excited. I can't wait for NFL in college. All right, Baltimore, Oakland. All right, we know what we like here. Oh, wait, did St. Louis lose 3 straight road games? No, okay. Oh, they actually won 2 straight. What did I see there? Anyway, let's get back to Oakland, Baltimore. And we're going to go over 8.5 minus 115. Yeah, over 8.5. Oakland, Baltimore, 3% play. That's Oakland, Baltimore, minus 115. I don't like that more books aren't at 9 with this. Let's go Baltimore, Oakland, over 3%. You look at that first 5. I wanted 4.5. I'm gonna pass. Maybe if it was like plus 105, I'd go over 5 also, because that's one of those where if it goes over 4.5, the worst we could do is push. And I did bet over 8.5 and 9, and over 4.5 Oakland, Baltimore too. But no, like I said, we're not crushing right now, so I'm not gonna have to be the best number, or we're just gonna let that shit go. I'm here to protect what we're doing too. So we're just gonna write that down and revisit. Over. I like it. Boom. All right. I'm just gonna go through all the baseball real quick. Fuck it. And then if anything else comes, it comes. Seattle, Toronto, earlier series. Toronto's lost 3 straight in favor.
on Toronto, Seattle. Let me see the pitching matchup because I like the total here. Oh, yeah. Show me 8.5. Oh, yeah. We're going over 8.5. Toronto, Seattle, over 8.5. Minus 120. Toronto, Seattle under. Hold on. And we're going to make that a 4% play. 4% Toronto, Seattle. 4% over 8.5. All right. Toronto, Seattle. Let's go. All right. So I just look and see if anything else is coming in. All right. San Fran, Cleveland, real quick. Nothing to report. Philly, Atlanta. Oh, here we may have something. Oh boy. I think I got another one for us. Gonna have action today. I know this is trading. We're trading live, so forgive me. It isn't going to be all action packed. All right, Philly, Atlanta. You ready? 905, 905. Yeah. We're gonna go under 8.5, under 8.5. Minus 115, 4% play. Philadelphia, Atlanta. Under 8.5, 4%. Look at us firing some fours. All right, Philly and Atlanta, here we go. About the side there, man. I like Atlanta, man. Atlanta's just sticking out to me at home. What is wrong? Why is not getting steamed though? Is it the recency bias on Suarez? Just got rocked. Man, I'll put that to the side. Right, Milwaukee Dodgers, Milwaukee Dodgers. Nothing to report there. Colorado KC. Let me dig in. One of the groups moved under 10.5 and under 5.5. Look at this pitching matchup. Yeah, I don't love it. DraftKings went to 10. The rest of 10.5. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass. Just sharing that information. This group went under 10.5. Full game, under 5.5 also. All right, last but not least, Arizona, San Diego. Close that off. All right, this is the third series between the two, correct? I talked to myself, don't worry. San Diego's 1-3 straight. Yeah, we got a bet here for sure. Are you ready? We're gonna, let me make sure this may be 4, 9, 12. Yeah, you ready? Game 9, 10, 9, 10. San Diego, Arizona. We're gonna go 4%. Hold on. Don't do anything yet. Hold on, let me see the first 5. Okay. We're gonna go 3% under at minus 115, minus under 7.5, under 7.5. %. Arizona, San Diego. And we're going to go first 5 under 4 also. At all, oh, what is that? Hold on. We'll make it 115. They got minus 105. Holy shit, I'll bet it with them. So also under 4. So we're gonna go 3% and 3%, but this one actually, I'm writing it to possible add on this one. So since I will be here and working. So we have all those in. Here's the three we're looking at, possible leans. You ready? 904 Washington, 906 Atlanta, and 1918 over 5 Oakland, Baltimore, first 5. So that's all we got left to look at. Oh man, that sphere is going to be nuts. I just got a thing of what we're being sent. Holy shit. All right. Minnesota lighting it up. Yeah, they're going to go over, man. Come on, guys. Slow this shit down or at least pitch a shutout for us, right? We don't want to split. We want to blast this shit. Usually you need 2 teams to score for an over, so we'll see. Okay, let's see. Going to comb through to see any last questions. We did a good 2 hours. Got a bunch of bets for today, boys. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. We got a bunch of action. I love it. Let me just make sure anything else come in. Sorry, guys. I know I have you guys on here. I'm just texting them and asking them, is there anything hanging so I could share with you guys before I go? And the only thing they texted back was, I don't know why, someone else, what's going on with that summer league game on Sacramento? Yeah, Justin. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ernesto, thank you. Thank you. I feel good about the next week, man. I feel good about these next few weeks coming up. I'm just ready to work. Just ready to work. Like I said, we're here to meet. This is what this is for. This is the exact kind of conversation. That's why I love you guys. I appreciate you. And as bad as shit is running, it's going to run our way too. That much I promise you. It's going to go our way too. Now we need Minnesota to just shut this shit down and end this stuff for us now. Yeah, we don't want to lose no juice on this stupid shit with Minnesota. Come on. Get in there and do what you're supposed to. Keep it under 8. That's it. Just keep it under 8 for us. So we hit 2 out of 3. I could live with that. I could live with that. I think we all could. All right. Okay. I don't see anything. I think we're done. I think it's official. Oh, wait. All done. It is bet Cardinals, Washington under. St. Louis and Washington under. I'm going to pass on that one. That came from one of the movers. Yeah, they haven't gone to 8.5 on that. And Circa did. Yeah, let's leave that one alone. Let's leave that one alone. All right. That's going to do it. I love you guys. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday, 4th of July weekend. We're going to be back, of course, next week. And big summer lined up. Football's just coming around. I already started studying up on the NFL and college football, so I'm so excited. We'll be back. And just grind, dude. Just grind. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. Stick to that. You're going to do just fine. You're going to do all just fine. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's do this.